Just enjoyed some iced coffee. Um, Bro, we ran up 8 grand last night of just setup fees. I'm so blessed. Um, wow. One deal is getting finalized in October, so it isn't gonna count for September's revenue. One deal is literally coming in like in a few fucking hours, so that's good. But main source of this video is what got me here. What got me to holy shit, I'm making 8K in fucking 2 days. What got me here was no shiny object syndrome. I'm telling you boys. Now I'm gonna break down in this video the two layers of shiny object syndrome, right? Um, there's outer layer, which is like I'm switching business models too much, I'm switching things too much, and then there's internal within your business shiny object syndromes. And I'm going to show you how to actually like use data, articulate data, and actually break away from shiny object syndrome. Let's talk about outer shiny object syndrome first, right? It's switching business model too much. What really fucked me when I first started trying to be an entrepreneur, especially in the online business space, I was 17 years old. I dropped out of school. I was flipping fast food burgers, and I was just doing odd jobs. I was renting out a studio in my apartment to make money. Not even kidding. I had a local studio, puffed up my walls, got a microphone. 'Cause I was into mixing and mastering music. I've always had a passion for instruments, music. Just been a big music guy my whole life. And I was renting it out to the local rappers, and they were horrible, by the way. But I was hyping these fucking dudes up, like dreadheads with fucking young this, little this, rapping in my studio, garbage. But I'm hyping these guys up. And that's how I was making money. So I started online business, started drop shipping. I tried two different drop shipping businesses. They both failed. I didn't sell a single thing. I tried reselling. People making those YouTube videos. Oh, if you resell this from Walmart, you'll make money. And I was trying to do that bullshit. It wasn't really working. Tried reselling clothes, didn't work. After all those different shiny objects, I found copywriting. I made a little bit of money, but I was gonna lose my apartment. I joined the military, went through like a year of training, and I started copywriting back up again. And I went full on with copywriting, right? And what I realized, boys, was the shiny object I had. I kept hopping from business model to business model. Your brain is gonna say like, "Oh, I'm too smart for this," or "This business isn't gonna work for me." Truth is, they all work. If I would have you never really fail at anything. I don't believe in the word fail. I believe in the word prematurely quit, which I am a big proponent of quitting. I think you should quit at things you're not going to stick with long term. I quit all the time. I'm a strategic quitter, which is a different video topic. But when I'm talking about prematurely quitting, I mean, if I would have stuck with dropshipping, I probably would be a dropshipper right now. If I would have stuck with reselling, I'd probably be a reseller right now. If I would have stuck with music, maybe I'd be a musician right now. Um, there's so many things I could have stuck with, but when it got to copywriting is when I finally stepped my foot down and stuck with something. And I found early success, decent success, still really struggling. Took me finding some mentors and getting better, but I stuck with one thing. And I want to put into perspective for you guys. While serving in the military as a Marine in the infantry, I was also building my copywriting agency. And for the first like 4 months, I made no money, dude. And like I act like I made money after my first 4 months. I was getting like fucking 500, $600, dude, and barely scraping by. Thankfully, I was living in my barracks room, even though it was moldy, shitty. My roommate was the loudest roommate ever. I was working in a shitty, moldy barracks room. Roommate was loud and drunk all the time. I'd come back home after the weekends to my floor being sticky with beer, and just random people in my room passed out. It was horrible. Worst working conditions you could ever imagine. And that's how I built my business. And I just had no shiny objects in them. I just stuck with one thing. I stuck with copywriting. I didn't need the instant feedback loop, right? A lot of you guys think you need the instant feedback loop with your business model. No, just pick something, stick with it. If you're starting an entrepreneur right now, 1 month max to decide what you want to do, then just absolutely stick with it. You don't have to marry it. You can pivot later on, but strategically pivot when it actually makes sense to pivot. No need to pivot right now. And now we just kind of went over outer layer shiny objects. The grass always green on the other side. I keep switching business models. Da 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 da. Stick with one thing. Be disciplined. Stick with one thing. Don't quit that one thing. So I stuck with copywriting. Kind of didn't really pivot. I just gained more skills. Learned how to run ads. I learned a lot more about full-fledged funnel work rather than just writing copy for email. I was mainly an email copywriter. Now I've kind of gone more towards funnel work, but I'm still a copywriter at heart. I run an info product growth agency, Rude Marketing, and I think, I think internal shiny object syndrome. That means within your business model will fuck you worse than external, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to use my business model as an example. Every business model, I'm sure, to some degree has this, which is you within your business model are switching ways you do things. And I was doing this for so long. Let's use outreach for an example, right? I run a B2B business where my client acquisition is mainly through cold outreach, cold DMs, LinkedIn outreach, email outreach, whether that's me or a setter, someone's outreaching, right? And there's different ways to outreach, but you can't get according data by switching too much. Let's say my outreach method is I send these two specific messages and then I send a loom after, right? That's just my outreach. And it takes 200 messages to get 5 responses. And on 5 responses, I get one book call, and my close rate is 100%. Okay, random statistic. So for every 200 messages you send with that specific outreach, you're getting one close. Now I can go back and make according adjustments and say, okay, so I know it takes 200 book calls. 200 outreaches to get one close. Great. How can I speed this process up? Can I hire a setter? Can I get some kind of innate in automation? Can I do something that allows me to speed the process up? Can I get those 200 DMs with that specific method out faster? And that's what I started doing. That's how I closed 2 clients last night and this morning. Was I just simply found out statistically on average it took me personally 100 messages to get one booked call, and my close rate was around 75%. So I was mostly closing the guys I was getting on the phone with. So using statistics, using data analytics, I was able to like mathematically break down success. I was like, okay, so it's simple. Just speed the process up of getting 100 messages out. The faster I get those 100 messages out, the faster I'll book these calls, the faster I'll close these guys. I'm on a 75% close rate. And shiny object syndrome says, oh shit, I need to pivot. I need to switch. So what old me used to do was I'd send 100 messages of one type of outreach, then either someone in my coaching program or somebody will come along and say, no, this method's better. Oh man, you're probably right. Now try this new method. In reality, they all work. They all work. Like all outreach methods work. But I was getting shiny object syndrome within my business model. I would get shiny object syndrome with clients. I would work with the shittiest clients. I paired with a famous client who I was personally a fan of. Great guy. Me and him have a great relationship till this day. I was a fan of his. Now that I can text him at any time, he's cool. He's a famous athlete. Great guy. But he could not sell info. It was hard to work with him. And I got shiny object syndrome on that client. I got shiny object syndrome on a couple clients that I had too many high hopes for. They were lazy clients, slow clients, whatever. And the second, I was like, okay, I need to stay disciplined. I need to stick with outreach. I need to stick with one outreach method. Maybe you're drop shipping, right? Maybe drop shippers will disagree with me. Like I said, I'm not a drop shipper, but maybe I would say focus on one product, focus on selling one drop shipping store. Like, yeah, you're sticking with drop shipping, great. You're not getting shiny object syndrome, but within drop shipping, you're switching your store up all the time. That's still shiny object syndrome. What's another business model? I don't know, but you know what I'm saying is within the business model that you're actually doing, you're still getting shiny object syndrome. So boys, don't do that. This month has been crazy. The Lord has blessed me with this month. Maybe all the deals don't go. Maybe the deal doesn't go through, and I don't end up getting the full 8 from yesterday. Maybe it doesn't, right? I don't know. That's for the Lord to decide. But all I can do is continue to put my work ethic in, not get shiny object syndrome, and just keep grinding hard, keep working hard, boys. I'll keep it $100. $100. I'll keep it a buck. 3 years ago, I was a dropout. The girl I was in love with, her dad made her break up with me, so I wasn't worth anything. All my businesses were failing. I had no direction. I was lying in my bed, literally crying. Didn't know what I wanted to do in my life. Didn't even care to wake up in the morning. And now, through not having shiny object syndrome and just grinding, here I am. Not that I'm in a luxurious fucking villa. We're actually in Japan right now, though. Beautiful, boys, beautiful. But yeah, no. That's my advice, boys. One thing, stick with it. You'll be fine, I promise. Whether it is copywriting, whether it's high ticket sales, whether it's affiliate marketing, whether it's drop shipping, whether it is a laundromat, I don't care. Stick with it and don't get shiny object within your business, and you can absolutely accomplish anything. I'm living proof of it. With that being said, guys, stay blessed, keep fucking grinding, and let's go. See you guys in the next one. Thank you.